Merry Christmas, everyone. I hope everybody's had a great day, a great weekend. It is the day after Christmas here in Japan, and I am recovering from a very long, very stressful day with three little boys, one of whom likes to cause drama constantly. So, uh, I'm still a little bit groggy. Wasn't an easy day, as I said, but I did enjoy it with my family. I didn't have too much eggnog. I had a little bit of eggnog. I have a little bit left. Got some leftovers. It's going to tide me through for the next few days. I did receive my HasLab Ecto 1 last night. Super happy. It was delayed for the longest time getting to me. I finally got it. Very happy. Uh, I don't know, people who've watched my videos for a while. I don't really get gifts. I have to buy my own gifts. I guess, that's what it's like being a dad. I don't know if that's what it's like being married to a Japanese person. Japanese only do one gift for kids for Christmas. So, it's not really a big deal here. So I got to buy my own stuff. And there's no surprise really. But I did get my Ecto 1. I haven't opened it yet. It got here at like, I don't know, like 8 o'clock last night. Christmas is not a holiday in Japan. So everything kind of runs as normal. But happy for that. Haven't opened it up yet. I have to do my Super Musk review today. With the holidays, I was ready to do it the other day, but then this guy arrived and I had to do a review of him. A little bit more pressing. So I do want to talk about this before we spin the wheel. Everybody just kind of bear with me. Before we spin the wheel, I do want to talk a little bit about this figure. There's been a little bit of hysteria going on. Now, first of all, people said in the review that I did that I was wrong, that I was a liar, this and that about the ab crunch. Now, the figure has basically no ab crunch, and I say this in the video. Then I'm like, after I put it on, I give him this range. Okay. I never said that was the ab crunch. I say it's not the ab crunch. I say it in the video. Please listen, people. Listen. Why did I do this? Because there were photo reviews coming out of China, because China got this about a day before it officially released from Tamashii Nations. And people in their reviews, in their comments in Chinese, were saying that he couldn't touch his toes. He couldn't touch his toes. So what I'm saying is, he can kind of touch his toes. I mean, literally can't touch his toes, but you can do this. You can't do this with, like, for example, the CY7 Dark Knight, the Grim Knight Batman that came out this year. You couldn't do this. He had no articulation at all. I did this to kind of show people, watch my review again, that you can move it. Now, the waist is awful on this. I'm not lying about that. I said that in the video. Like, he's got no swivel. He's got no ab crunch. He can't go side to side. That's a big fail. That's a big L for Tamashii Nations. But that being said, this figure visually is a 15 out of 10. 15 out of 10. This guy blows everything else away when it comes to the vivid colors, when it comes to the look. When you're looking at it on your shelf, this guy pops like nothing else. It's such a visually, aesthetically beautiful figure. Now, people are like, well, I'm not paying $100 for it. I get that. I didn't pay $100 for it. I paid retail. What is retail? Retail in Japan, the market for the figure, is about $62, $63. Is this a $62, $63 figure in 2025? Yeah, it is. I mean, let's just be honest, right? It is. So Do I think it's worth $100? No, no, I don't. I don't. Is it worth $60? Yeah, it's worth $60. That's a $40 jump. Is it a great figure? It's pretty good. I gave it an 8.5. And that's basically, it's 15 out of 10 visually, but it's like 3 out of 10 with articulation. You average out, it's like, it's like a B. And that's what this figure is. He's a B. He's not an A. He's a B. But visually, super, super nice. Now, I do want to highlight something. Again, before we get into the spin, I do want to highlight something. So, our man Tokyo Joey commented on Rocco the Great. For those of you who don't know who Rocco the Great is, he's a dude. He does like shorts on Instagram and YouTube and whatnot. And he basically just regurgitates what other people say, other people report, other people comment on. And so Tokyo Joey got this figure, and Tokyo Joey loves this figure. He loves it. He thinks this is a great figure. Now, he's the Hatalorian for a reason. So he says, do you even own these toys? You just kind of regurgitate other people's content and use their media, which is absolutely true. If you watch Rocco the Great stuff, that's all he does. But I don't think you actually own action figures. Now, there's quite a lot of people who are popular in both the 1/6 and the 1/12 YouTube sphere who don't seem to really own figures. They like to comment on figures. They like to talk about figures. They like to say, you should buy this, or you should buy that, or don't buy this, or don't buy that, or these are the ones to own, or these are the ones not to get. They don't own these figures, or they don't collect that line, or they don't do this, or they don't do that. And this guy, Rocco, I'm not trying to throw any shade at Rocco, but he never really shows stuff off. And that's where Ian is coming from. So he says, you just bash and judge stuff without even having it in hand. Again, what I just said. I don't understand why people listen to your nonsense. Also, I have this figure and no QC issues. It's a great release. Now, again, the lack of an ab crunch is not a QC issue. That's an engineering issue. That is a design issue. That's not a QC thing. And Rocco says, you can't be this effing stupid. I mean, like, come on. Christmas, come on. Where's the Christmas spirit, people? Where's the Christmas spirit? So what I will say, again, this is a very, very nice figure. It's a B figure, basically visually. As I said, you get no ab movement, no waist movement. My legs are a little bit too loose, loosey-goosey, a little bit loose. But again, like, for this body, he's sort of like the MAFEX 108. I don't want to have him dynamically moving because I want to be able to see the cell shading. I mean, that's why I got the figure. I got it. If this didn't look like this, I wouldn't have got the figure. I mean, the MAFEX 2.0 Scarlet Spider is a really good figure. I wouldn't have got this. So again, you're not getting an ab crunch. Look at that. You're not getting an ab crunch, but you do get range. And that's what I was talking about in my video. That's what I said. I said it's not exactly an ab crunch, but you do get range. So we'll leave it at that. I just thought it was funny. People kind of losing their minds on that figure, and it's kind of weird. Anyway, let's say hi to people who are joining us. So Alexander, oh yeah, the ghost is here. What's going on? Happy holidays, everyone. Hope everyone enjoyed their day. Woody, happy holidays. And Woody has a question. Woody says, we don't have to be live, right? I'll be going in and out of the stream. You don't have to be live, and I will explain the rules right now. So I will spin the wheel. It's a one spin, and it will land on a name, and the name will become highlighted. That is the winner. That's it. That person has a week, 7 days to the hour to contact me and say, hey, I watched the video, I won, what's next? That person, when you do that, I will then ask you to send me, for example, like a screenshot of your name, just to kind of prove that you didn't change it, and so on. I'll ask for your shipping information, and I will then ask you to tell me which of the unreleased figures that I showed off. There were a bunch of different shorts on Instagram and on YouTube. Which one do you want? So you're the winner. You choose. Which one do you want? Most people commented on the Venom figure. So, odds are that people want that Venom figure. But that's how it's going to play out. I'm going to spin the wheel. It's going to choose your name. If it's your name, you have a week to get back to me. And I'm going to ask you to, send me a screenshot to verify you are who you are. And then I'll get your shipping information, and I'll ask you which unreleased. Okay, for example, you saw Magneto maybe in one of the videos. It's not a released figure. This entire thing is to kind of show off the upcoming MAFEX figures. You're going to show me an unreleased figure. Okay. So any of the unreleased figures, it could be Maverick. Maverick hasn't even been announced yet. It could be Maverick. It could be the Joker. It could be anything that hasn't released. You tell me what you want, and then when that figure releases, I'll pick it up for you and I'll ship it out to you. Okay. So just so we're clear, that's how it goes. If you don't respond to me within the window, you're out. That's just how it's going to go. So one of the rules that you had to follow, and I will ask you to also verify that you did all of these things. Let's also be clear about that. You had to follow or subscribe. You had to share the video. You'll have to show me that you did. And again, if you do it after the fact, you're disqualified. That was one of the rules. It was one of the contingencies that you had to adhere to. Like, comment, all that stuff. So, we'll get into all of that. So if you don't respond to me within the week, you lose your opportunity. I will do more things like this in 2026 for people. So if you are following, if you are subscribed, don't unsubscribe, don't unfollow, please. I will be doing more. So if you do that, you'll probably maybe not get the algorithm seeing the video and stuff, and you might miss out. Okay. So just be clear. Oma, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Headcanon, thanks for being here, man. Appreciate it. Merry Christmas. Eric, I don't think you're going to win, brother. I don't think so. I think your luck is played out. I'm sorry. Shogun, what's going on? What's going on? Yeah, I understand everybody's in and out. I get it. It's Christmas night, man. People are eating. People are with family. I get it. It's the 26th morning here. It's 9:15 in the morning. I just sent one of my kids to school. The other two, they're home. They're playing with their toys. So, I get it. People are busy. I know. Koi, what's going on? Merry Christmas. What's going on? Merry Christmas, Vicious Soldier. Thank you very much for the super chat. Appreciate it. Thank you for all you do for the community. I do have something that I wanted to talk to you about. Message me after the stream. Message me after the stream. Let's go Christmas style. Yeah. Boga, what's going on? Dude, where's the figs? That's a great name. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Bones. Merry Christmas. Doc Gutierrez, Merry Christmas. Thank you for today's stream, man. Doc Gutierrez, I look at everybody's stream. I go on like this stream. I'm looking at this stream. Doc Gutierrez is in all of them. That dude gets around. Too much. I only had a little bit of eggnog, man. Only a little bit. DJ, Merry Christmas. So Jason is feeling a little bit under the weather. Everybody's a little bit under the weather at the end of the year. Speedy recovery, Jason. It ain't easy. We feel for you, man. Anthony, hey, what's going on, man? What's going on? Talib is here. What's going on, Talib? Merry Christmas, everyone. 6-hour stream? Nah, man, I don't have enough content to do 6 hours. You want to jump on? We'll do it. We'll do a slow striptease for the kids. What's going on, Figure Fight Club? Merry Christmas, son of Nicotronis. What's going on? Let's keep going through here. Samurai Global, good evening and Merry Christmas. Collection Inspiration, Merry Christmas. Again, I just want to say hi to people. I'm going through and we'll get into things. So just bear with me for a little bit, guys, okay? Prescribed Bed Drone. Hey, I always have trouble reading these names, guys, you know, because it's all stuck together. You know what I mean? Yeah, don't lie to you again. Okay. Figurecraft going on. So people turn them listening ears on. Yeah. Again, man, like people, one dude was like, you're a liar. You're lying to your audience. Like, dude, like watch the video. I tell you, it's not an ab crunch. I say that. You know, like, come on. Impossible Pie, Merry Christmas. What's going on? Yeah, the head sculpt is really nice on it. It's really nice. And normally with a nice sculpt like that, I would use it. But I do really like this. And I think the masked head fits the look for me better. So I'm going with the masked look. Is that Carnage? What? I can't touch my toes, but then again, I don't have an actual figure of me yet. KJ's here. KJ's been drinking hood eggnog all night, living the dream. It's wild how one person says something and runs rampant through the community. Yeah, it's rough. Yeah, it still looks good. It's a great looking figure. You know, it's a great looking figure. And honestly, like with a character like Spider-Man, I don't need every Spider-Man to be super articulated because they're not all gonna be flying around in the air, right? Like I can't have a collection of 30 Spider-Man all flying around in the air, dynamically moving around. Some figures are best for that. Other figures are just, just looking at you. You know what I mean? So, you pick and choose, right? Like which one is more articulated, which one fits better with this, which one looks better with this, which one has a better head sculpt than the other one. And you kind of, you adapt and you display your collection based on each figure's strengths, right? It's all about the figure's strengths. And for that figure, there isn't a Spider-Man figure visually for me that looks better than that one. He just pops. His colors, maybe it's not coming through in my video. I know, my lighting is always shit and whatever, but like he just pops. Here he is. This is the Sentinel. Like, you see them on the shelf. The Sentinel is a great figure. He lost his hand. Sentinel's a great figure, but when you see him on the shelf, this one jumps out at you, right? He jumps. This one has great articulation. Like you can do some really great poses with this guy. This guy doesn't need to do that. Like he can just be chilling. You can put a cup of hot chocolate in his hand or something like that. They don't all need to be super articulated. Now they shouldn't be awful. Don't get me wrong. I'm not defending it. They shouldn't be awful, but like we collect a lot of figures, and some figures for me are awesome. Some figures for you are not awesome. I get that, vice versa. But for every figure we have, we kind of, we weigh the dynamics of displaying it in one way or another, or just putting it in the box and putting it in the closet. You know what I mean? Like all of my Hot Toy sequel Star Wars figures, except for Kylo Ren. They're all tucked away. And I'm talking about, like, I don't know, 12, maybe 12 Hot Toys figures that I just, like 12 Hot Toys figures, you're not even showing them. Yeah, man, because like it's, I show off what I like, right? I don't like them. They came out essentially like before the movie, a lot of them. So, you already had bought, you were already invested like 4 or 5 figures before the movie came out. And your tastes change and they grow and whatever. So again, if people are telling you not to buy the figure because it's a QC disaster, that is a lie. It is not. There are no QC issues with it, except for maybe my leg. It's a little bit loose. That's it. That's it. There are no QC issues. Not designing ab movement. That's not a QC issue. That's a choice by the designer. That's all that is. So a lot of people, and I will give my boy Kenny Rogers, I will give him props because he's a big MAFEX guy. He's always a MAFEX guy, more than I am. And he was like, yeah, you're not going to get any ab crunch on this. And we were like, yeah, we kind of know that. But, we'll wait and see when we get it in hand, and we'll see what's what. So, when it comes to these things, unless it's an unmitigated disaster, like that CY7 Grim Knight Batman, like he's got no movement at all. My biggest purchase regret for the year, by far. You make it an educated, determined decision based on, what do I think the value of this is to my collection? What do I think the monetary value of this is? How much am I willing to pay? And so on and so forth. So, at least it looks pretty. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the unmasked head is great. And people are kind of shitting on that across the universe line from Figuarts. I don't have all of them. I think Ian has almost all of them. And there are some really good figures. Like, I like the India Spider-Man. Some people don't. I do. I think the 2099 is a killer figure. It's a badass figure. The Spider-Punk, I really, really like the Spider-Punk, both the Figuarts and the Hot Toys one. They're great figures. Like, some of them are going to be kind of misses, but, they're not all going to be home runs. It's a huge bust for SH. Yeah, I mean, I'll bring it up. I'll ring him up and say, what are you doing? What are you doing? So, Menjoza, what's up? Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Classic comic book style feel of this figure looks creative. It does. It does. Donovan, yo. So we have Nightcrawler, KV, 60. Yes, I'd say so as well. Yeah, it was like $62 in the market. Like, I'm paying more than a Marvel Legends for you guys than you guys do. Like a Marvel Legends is what, $25, $27? I'm paying the equivalency of like $45, $50. So cancel my $100 pre-order from BBTS. It's up to you. I wouldn't get it for $100. I'm just saying. I wouldn't. 62? Absolutely. Absolutely. It does look good. And again, if you're a Spider-Man collector, you need this. I think you need this. Especially pairing it up with the MAFEX 108. With the cell shading. So good. Really good. Stu. Mary Stoomis. Yeah, man, I understand. I get it, dude. I get it. Now, you weren't paying $100 if you were buying it from, like, Ami Ami or Hobby Genki or whatever, and they were shipping it over. You weren't paying that. What's going on? What's going on? Yeah, a lot of his stuff is like that. We get it. Maurice, what's going on? Donovan knows who Rocco is. Yeah. And that's the thing, man. That's the thing. And that's the thing with like certain, again, like 1/6 people on YouTube and even 1/12 collectors. Like you're passing judgment on stuff, being like, don't buy this. Like you don't even have it in hand. Like you just say, you know, people are saying this or people are saying that. Don't be like, don't buy it, don't do this, don't do that. You don't even have it in your hand, right? Like, you know, calm down. No, we do know he owns figures. This was just Ian's comment. We know that. We know that. Rocco looks for toys under Target shelves and can't take his word on anything. I know. Laser Pants isn't too fond of him these days. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Oh, him. I tried watching his content, but got kind of turned off from it. Something about him just never clicked with me. Don't know what. You know, I'm not throwing shade, man. I don't want to throw shade. It's just I'm highlighting that to say if you don't have the figure in hand, it's not a QC issue. It's not. That's 100% incorrect. It's not a QC issue. It's an engineering decision. If you don't agree with the decision, that's fine. That's cool. But to call it as a disaster, tell people not to buy it, when people in hand are like, I really like it. I really, really like it. I say it. Ian said it. You know, we're buying our figures. These aren't handouts. You know what I mean? Like, we got to buy them. So it's my money. I spent my money on it. If I don't like it, I don't like it, you know? So, you saw, yeah, I did see it. I mean, it's amazing. It's a great figure. It's a great figure. Merry Christmas. Now, in private, Ian will usually shit on everything I say about a figure. So for him to say that, you know, you guys don't see. He's like, that was a terrible review, man. That was awful. Sorry. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Stu says, hope Ian is doing better. We all hope Ian is doing better. Lord of Brooklyn, Merry Christmas from Hasbro headquarters. Open on the holidays. Wow. Dedication. Dedication. First watch. Thank you for being here, man. Hope you had a good Christmas. It was all right. It was all right. So remember, if you are over on Instagram, my primary focus is on YouTube. I am live streaming on both. So just make sure that if you want to comment and you want me to see it, please put it on the YouTube. That's where the StreamYard is focused. Let's keep going through. The Collector, hope he wins. Now listen, I don't think the Collector even entered. I don't think he commented on any of the videos. So if he does win, I won't accept it. I won't allow it. Happy holidays. Happy holidays. Yeah, if your name is Rogue. Let's keep going through. Listen, people who don't know, Japan is all about KFC for Christmas. Christmas Eve, we get it. And every year I have my youngest holding the big bucket. The bucket is like this deep. The Kentucky bucket for Christmas, because they put like layer upon layer upon layer of like different dishes and stuff. So what's going on? Merry Christmas. Good luck to everybody. They're definitely easier than Ryan's. They're definitely easier than Ryan's. There's my boy. I was just talking about you. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. While we're going through, why don't you tell us stuff that you guys got? What'd you guys get? Again, like, I got to buy my own stuff. My wife has never given me a collectible thing. She gives me like small little things here, small little things there, you know, things she thinks I like. Some of them are all right. You know, nothing I'm like, wow, you know, but I don't want my wife knowing what I spent. She knows the price of one figure and I'm bringing in 10 a month, you know, she'll figure it out. And then I'm toast, you know. Super Saiyan, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. How you feeling? You look a lot less dead today. Yeah, Honey Badger, I'm feeling a lot better. I started feeling much better. I'm gonna say Monday night, and Tuesday I was getting better. But yeah, it's a steady progression. So let's keep going through. Just trying to pick out new people. Ray Paz, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, everyone. Absolutely. And keep going through. Congrats to all of us who woke up today. Everything else is gravy. Emerald Knight, Merry Christmas. Absolutely ate too much good food. And that's the thing, man. I got to do all the cooking on the holidays. I got to make the breakfast, like a home cooked breakfast. I got to do dinner. I got to do supper because my wife can't make any of these dishes. I once asked my wife to make I once asked my wife to make chocolate pudding from Jello chocolate pudding. The instructions are on the package. She can read and understand English. She's a very good cook, mind you. She's a very good cook for Japanese food. But I got home, and instead of like boiling, I think it was like a cook and serve. So you have to boil milk with the Jello inside to kind of make the pudding. She just poured milk in with the Jello and put it in a bowl and put it in the fridge and kind of figured that it would turn into pudding magically. I don't know. So like putting the holiday meal in her hands, I don't want to go that route. Merry Christmas to the Lord of Brooklyn. Pack Rat. That's Maurice. He's the man. Did Laser Pants win? No, but I just name dropped you. That's a win. That's a win. Keep going through. Jedi Ben is here. Jedi Ben, what's going on? Jedi Ben, I gotta ask you a question later on, so I'll be messaging you later. Get your take on something. That's all. Ho 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 from Impossible Pie. Let's keep going through. Thank you, man. Merry Christmas, KD. Hope you and the family had a great time. Thank you for all you do in the community, brother. Thank you, man. Thank you, my man. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Please explain the rules again. It's over your head, man. We can't do that. Yeah, getting a little bit of love. A little bit of love. I mean, Spidey 108 comes pretty damn close. It's a great figure. If you haven't gotten that MAFEX 108, it just got re-released. Grab it. It is my favorite Spider-Man in 112, without a doubt. Like, the body's a little bit dated when it comes to the Metacom stuff, as is all their Spider-Man, but that figure is awesome. It's a great figure. I usually avoid cel-shaded figures, but I pre-ordered the Scarlet Spidey. Yeah, from when I asked Tamashi Nations, like, why don't you guys do more cel shading? And they told me that like the price to do cel shading would increase the cost of the figure by like, I don't know, I don't remember. It was like 30 to 40%. Like it was a really high number, which is why companies generally don't do it, because there's a very complicated method behind it. So, it would be great if we could get them more and more and more, but when you're trying to maximize profits through sales, increasing the cost of a figure by 30 to 40% is usually not a good recipe for that, which is again why they don't do it so much. I don't know. I don't feel for me that comic Scarlet Spider is worth it. I'm glad others love it though. Enjoy to those that do. Again, every figure is not for everybody, right? Like we're all collectors. We all have different tastes. But sometimes you see a figure in hand and it's totally different impression than what you got just seeing it in 2D in photos. You know what I mean? Even in a video, like just having it in hand. Like, for example, I did my MAFEX countdown of like where I rank the figures. Now, I've handled every figure. I don't own every figure, but I've handled every figure, and I've kind of messed around with them because I can go into the Metacom stores and they're there, and I can hold them and play around with them and see, you know, what's their range and how do they feel and all of that. So looking at that Joker, the Snyder Nightmare Joker, he looks great. But when you have him in hand, the lack of movement because of his robe that just kind of comes down and doesn't give any type of leg articulation really at all, that was like a deal killer for me. Like I can't, if I can't move the waist a little bit, that's totally different from not being able to move the legs. The legs not being able to move much is, again, like that's a deal breaker. I can't get a figure like that at all. I mean, might as well own like a He-Man from Mattel. Like if you can't move the legs at all, it's like rough. I only have bodies in my closet in boxes that he do. Shogun Man, thank you. 20 Kaiju Daddy channel memberships. All right, man. Let me open up the stream. I don't have the stream open. So I'm gonna have to open it up to read off who got it. So give me a minute here, guys. I don't have it, and it doesn't show in the streamline who gets the channel memberships, man. So I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Go back. All right. Give me a second, guys. Give me a second. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Let's see if I can get to it. I can go up to a certain point. So Curtis Booth, Doth Profi, Doth Professora, John Battles, 78 points of articulation. Historian at Work, Terrence Shepard, Payton, Toyko, 11 Hector, and Mysterio Foe. These are ones that I could read. So thank you, man. Thank you, Shogun. Appreciate it so much. Thank you so much. Now, again, for the channel members, I've already cut off the channel memberships for people who are going to enter to get that 89 Jazz Inc. 112 Batwing. Everybody after the cutoff who's a channel member will be qualified for like the next big giveaway. Okay, so just so you know, the cutoff was originally it was the 20th, but then I turned it into the 23rd. So if you weren't a channel member by the 23rd, you don't qualify for that wheel spin. Okay, and that wheel spin will be last man standing. So the winner of that will have the opportunity to get that 89 Batwing. If you don't want it and you win, you know, we can work something else out. That's okay. But for channel members, if you are a channel member between July, the last giveaway, and December 23rd, you guys qualify for that. So just so you know. So if you got a channel membership today for the first time, you don't, but you will qualify for the next one. And every month you're a channel member, you get one extra spot. So it increases your odds of being able to win, as my way of saying thank you to everybody who supports the channel, like Shogun. So thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, like the gambler, you know, like the coward of the county. Just got MAFEX Storm from a friend. MAFEX Storm is a super underrated figure. It's a gray figure. It's probably my favorite female MAFEX figure. That Storm. That's a gray figure. It's very, very good. I know you aren't a big fan of the SHF Cyclops, but may I ask how impactful is his lack of height in person? It's not much. I honestly don't know if I put him in this box or if I put him in a different box. And he's here in this box. All right. So again, like these things, they just keep falling off. And it's super frustrating. All right. So here he is standing. Here he is standing next to the Bale in a Batman. All right. Let me line up their feet. All right. So they are essentially the same height. So if you're okay with that Bale Batman, which is the standard SHF scale, which is what Cyclops is, then there should be no issue at all. SHF generally doesn't scale with MAFEX or Marvel Legends. those two lines are a little bit taller, just a little bit. Here, let me show you with a MAFEX. So here is the Dark Knight Crusader. And that's the difference in the height. Okay. I don't have any of my X-Men. I don't have my MAFEX Cyclops. He's in a box, so I can't show you that. But I mean, they're the same height as the Batman, the Cyclops. So he's a little bit shorter, a little bit. Kenny Rogers knows when to hold him. Listen, man, I don't even know if I'm vanilla. I'm black and white. I don't know. Stu, what did I win? What did I win your love? What is KJ drunk already? I think he is. Would pre-orders count as an unreleased? Yeah, anything that hasn't released. Anything that hasn't come out yet. That's kind of the point. If it's up for pre-order, for example, Rogue counts because it hasn't released yet. So if Rogue releases January 10th and you won, I want the Rogue. Okay. I'll get the Rogue and I'll send it out to you. Okay. I'm manifesting your victory for the one night with KJ. Oh, KJ, Kaiju Daddy. Yeah. Vicious Soldier says, I have almost all of them, just missing Noir and the Scarlet Spider, but I think I'm going to stop at Noir. No, don't say that. If they keep going too far with this line, my wallet will be crying. Well, I mean, they still got to do Penny, right? They got to do Penny and that robot, that mecha spider, whatever it's called. Liquid Below Zero, what's going on, man? I was going to get the Scarlet Spider as it does look good. Yeah, I mean, it looks awesome. It would be like the highlight of your shelf. So, you know, just know that. Smoke 'em if you got 'em is here. What's going on? Yeah, I don't get it, man, because they have some great people working over there on stuff, and it's, I don't know if it's a directive or what, where they're like, all right, like, what's this gonna cost? Or I don't know, man. Like, I don't need all this extra articulation in the thigh. Give me some extra articulation in the waist, like MAFEX, right? You don't get a thigh swivel. You don't get a thigh movement at all, really. I mean, other than the leg drop. But you get really good articulation on the waist, right? For the most part. Do that, you know? Do that. Listen, man, I gave you your props. Come on. Come on. Aiden, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Okay, no issues with Rocco. Okay, I misunderstood. Apologies. Toy collectors overreact. Yeah, it happens. It happens. Again, man, everybody's got a different style, right? Like his thing is that, and other people's things are this. But again, like, you know, like it's like clickbait. Don't tell people that the sky is falling on something that you don't have. and you're going by like Isaac Wong's photos, like, you know, slow down. That's it. Just slow down. Give people an opportunity to kind of see more reviews, make a decision on their own. Because people instinctively, I'm going to cancel my pre-order that I put an NDR down, you know? Okay, okay.
He making yesterday the
Kids and questions. All right. Yo Joe Jerk is here. What? Happy holidays, man. Merry Christmas. Am I the only one streaming tonight? Is this the thing? I don't know. Shogun, I don't know, man. Like, what's your tag on Instagram? I don't know if you entered, or even YouTube. I don't know. I just grabbed the names as they came and put them in, and I entered them into the wheel. Now it's weird because the wheel, I have like over 4,000 names on this thing, but it only says like 438. Like, it'll show you how many names. It'll show you like you have this many names in your wheel. That's probably the limit. I don't know. It's weird. But like there's over 4,000 names. So Japanese food tastes different, man. It hits differently. You have to comment on the videos to win? Of course you do. What are you talking about? I say that. What up, Rowdy? What's going on? Let me go through this. So yeah, that's weird. Spider-Man 2099 is on the way from Entertainment Earth. All right. Yeah, that is a very good figure. I didn't even know they were still selling it. Wow. That used to work for KFC. We do a good, clean job in the kitchen. There you go. Is the giveaway announced here or Instagram? I'm doing a simul stream. So I'm streaming on both Instagram and on YouTube. So if you, it's too late. Hold on. It's too late to enter for this contest. The cutoff again was a few days ago. So you know, if you didn't enter, just hold off and we'll do another one at another point, probably in the spring. Just go ahead and win whichever G.I. Joe figure you're sharing. Merry Christmas, Avi. Merry Christmas. The Urban Aztec Ghidorah. Oh, figure of the year. Okay. So he got a Red Ryder Chiron Action 200 shot range model air rifle. I'm all over the place this morning, guys. I'm so discombobulated. In my part of Japan, does it snow? Very, very rarely. So let me say this, because I've kind of announced it a little bit. I'm probably looking to sell my HasLab Jabba sail barge. My family is moving. My sail barge is in storage at my family's home. They're moving. So if anyone is interested in a Jabba sail barge, unopened, still in the shipper, untouched since it was delivered, reach out to me either in the Facebook group or on Instagram. I probably need to get rid of it. I have no room for it here. I have no idea when and if I'm going to be moving back to the States. I don't know. So I don't want it getting damaged moving and having it out of their way while they're packing up and getting ready to move is beneficial to them. So I kind of want to get rid of it to help them out and to make sure that the thing is not damaged. So if anybody's looking for that, this is the sail barge, the HasLab sail barge, the first HasLab. Reach out to me and let me know. I bring this up because I asked my kids, you want to go back to America in the summer, or do you want to go back to America at Christmas? And the summer, you know, there's swimming pools, there's barbecue, it's a good time. But in the winter, you get snow. And my kids overwhelmingly wanted to go back at Christmas because we don't get any snow here. It's very, very rare that we'll get like a dusting in Tokyo, unfortunately. Now, my wife is from northern Japan, so her hometown, they get a lot of snow, but not in Tokyo. So, how do you get people out of your house? Well, I pull the fire alarm. That usually works, right? Give it a shot. See what happens. Shits and giggles. Happy Festivus. A little bit late, man. A little bit late. Yeah, the Red Death announced for pre-order. I think pretty much everybody here would probably get that. You got the Hilder. Pretty happy? Okay. I've seen a lot of people not happy. And again, I didn't get the figure. I'm not gonna comment on the figure, right? Like that's not my thing. So yeah, Kilgun, you shoot your eye out, man. So I am looking forward to the Noda Lord of the Rings. If Sneaky was here, he'd be echoing that. 2026. Someone answer this for me. My Maz Toys Joka, the 112 Joka, I got 3 of them. They shipped. Is that sold out everywhere? Because I was looking on Kit, I didn't see it. I was on 5K Toys, I didn't see it. Toys Metaverse, I think listed as sold out. If that figure is still available, somebody let me know, and please just reference where it's available, because I know once that thing starts hitting people are going to go nuts, regretting not getting that, because that just from, like I think Isaac Wong had photos. From those photos alone, figure of the year, early contender. Like it's that figure's crown, I think, at this point. It just looks incredible. Only figures I got for Christmas were pre-orders. I got my Jaws from NECA, that big game, the thing I waited like 7 months for them to finally get in. I did get that. I was happy about that. At least she did. At least she did. Yeah. My wife made me big balls very early when I dated her, and she hasn't cooked since. That's a keeper. Yeah. Well, what I was going to talk about to you, Jedi Ben, was that HasLab. So I think I got to move it. So I know that you don't have it. So, I don't know if you wanted one. Yeah. She tried. If we win and our items get shipped to the USA, will we have to pay a customs fee because of the tariffs? No. So if you do win, you are paying shipping. You're paying shipping, but I will make it so that you're not paying the tariff. And I do want to bring up something else. A few people have messaged me that figures that I've sent them since I think the earliest date was like December 11th. There's probably like a couple gambits and whatnot. They've seemingly fallen off the radar. Now, this is a very, very busy time for packages moving, and the post office brings on extra people they probably don't vet very well. So a couple of packages have gone, 10, 12, 13 days with no new tracking on a package that should take at most like 10 days to get delivered. So I told people who've reached out, if I do still have like a gambit for you or something, I'm not shipping anything out until after January when things die down, because I don't want figures being lost, especially considering, the tariff situation where, to avoid tariffs, a certain price is put down on the figure that might not necessarily reflect an accurate price on it. So let's just say that. Okay. So if your figure is lost and, the pricing is going to be different, right? So I'm not sending anything out until after January, probably a good week into January when returns also start dying down, right? People get stuff, they got to return it to Amazon or they got to return it to a store. I'm going to wait for that all to die down before I start sending packages out again, and to sort of lower the risk of people's stuff getting misplaced. So please understand why I'm doing it. I'm doing it for you guys. I don't want you guys having any issues. How will you be shipping? I will be shipping through the Japanese post office, so I can either send it parcel, which again takes about 10 days. It's tracking. So it's parcel with tracking, and there's insurance. Or I can do EMS. EMS is 4 days, but it costs more. So it's up to you, whatever you want. Again, if you win, you're paying. I'm supplying the figure, right? You're winning the figure. You got to pay for the shipping. You just got to let me know what method you want. That's all. Yeah, I mean it's Christmas night. Ryan's got people at home. You wouldn't know it because he's in the stream. I think Ian is just chilling, probably nursing a hangover, and Darek is probably sleeping, and Jason and Al have family commitments and stuff. Yeah. When is the drawing happening? As soon as I get through and say hi to everybody who's taken the time to comment. I got a bunch for myself: Skeletron, Wolf Troopers, Jungle Troopers, Operation Monster Force, Halloween Boy, The Eraser, Dr. Caligari. Am I saying that right? Delta Red, Donapati. Wow. Yeah, that's a lot of stuff. That's a lot of stuff. Grendel and American flag. That's a lot of stuff. My cousin gave me an SHF San Diego Comic-Con Sun Gohan Beast. Gohan? Okay. Wow. Nice. Masters of the Universe, Mantena, Mosquito. Very cool. Merry Christmas, Huskies. Merry Christmas. Got some Transformers from my mom and a couple of friends. First time in years I've gotten a figure, let alone figs for Christmas. It feels good. I gave my oldest son my Jersey Devil. I didn't open it, obviously, from Figure Obscura. I ended up giving it to him as sort of his first high-end figure. So he's 10. I think at that age, that's a kind of a good age. He's shown me he's responsible enough with figures now. His brothers, on the other hand, totally different story. But like my middle son, he got a bunch of Dragon Ball figures. He got a classified Stinger. He got the Deadpool with the scooter, the Hasbro one, Marvel Legends. He got the Gamerverse Venom. He got a CT Toys Daredevil. He got a bunch of stuff, and then my youngest, he got like dinosaurs and trains, and I think he got a Transformer too. So, yeah, it feels good. I agree, though, Kaiju. I don't need all my Spider-Man super articulated. These ultra detailed ones are cool. Yeah, they're cool in that pose. I mean, they definitely are. So on Instagram, we got one. Myerhouse says, that's wild. I got my Gambit a week after you sent it. Stu is on both. Are we allowed to choose what figure we get, or do we just get what you give us? So I already made mention. If you win, you have to verify that you did all the steps. That's part of winning. I mean, that's what I say in the rules. You got to do all these things, and you had to do them beforehand. You can't do them now. You get to choose your unreleased figure. So any figure that has not officially dropped, you can choose anything. Even something that hasn't gone up for pre-order yet. Pre-orders and a prototype that you saw that was displayed in the video, you can choose anything. So yeah. All right. Yeah. Yeah. um, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to the chat. Boger's here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, man. Listen. I I I'm waiting for my invoices to actually come. I got invoiced, and they sent me the invoice for the wrong figure, and then like cancel it and do it again. Come on. He's already membered, and he can't member any harder. All right, I think we might be coming down to the end. Uh, maybe. Yeah, yeah. True 112. So you miss your opportunity for this one. You'll have an opportunity next year. We'll do it again for the next Metacom event. We'll do the same type of thing, but there'll be other giveaways that I'll probably do throughout the year. So if you are subbed, if you are following, don't stop, because you might miss out on those. So just, you know, if I post something and you don't like it, just keep scrolling until you see something that I post, like a giveaway, and then you're cool. The MAFEX. You're welcome. Hey, James is awake. What's going on? Thank you very much. So yeah, Abby has been doing some great stuff. If you guys aren't over on Figure Fight Club, make sure that you go over there and join Figure Fight Club on YouTube. And I believe it's the same thing on Instagram. Figure Fight Club, they put out some great content, a lot of really good live streams. What a guy. What a guy. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Music Jones. Thanks for being here, man. Do I have any of the Storm Arena figures? I do. I mean, I have Ken. I have Ken right here somewhere. I might have put Ken in another box. Yeah, I think I put Ken in another box. Ugh, I do got this guy, though. I mean, I got all of the ones that have released in Japan. I love them. I think they're awesome. They're really great. It's probably up there for, like, line of the year so far. Like, this stuff is just great. It's great stuff. So if you're on the fence on them, all right, for scale. Now I got to take him out of his pose. You know how I am with posing. Just a little bit taller. A little bit taller. Just a little bit. You missed it, man. You missed it. You're off by a couple of days. Are people still buying the sequel figures? I guess somebody is. But again, like when I bought my figures, it was, way back in the day. All right, let me just try to get through this, then we can do the spin. We're an hour in. All right, we're just gonna do the spin, unless I see something else. All right, hold on. What's the difference between the Kotobukiya store? There is no Kotobukiya store in Radio Kaikan. There is no Kotobukiya store. There are stores that have a bunch of stuff from Kotobukiya. But Kotobukiya doesn't have a store, a physical store in Radio Kaikan. The one in the back, just kind of, between the train tracks and Mandarake. That one, that's the main one. That's the only one, really. So I don't get the sexy ice figures, so you might want to ask KJ. KJ's big into that. That's not my thing. No, we're about to do the drawing in a minute. Anything but FedEx, since I had to pay a customs fee from another giveaway that was delivered to me last month. Yeah. So FedEx and UPS and all those companies, DHL, they bake the tariff into some of their new pricing. So you're paying higher prices now just flat rate for the tariff. And if the rate is less, then you're definitely getting tariffed when the figure is delivered. So, Merry Christmas, man. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas would be cool to win the giveaway, but just happy to find a new figure channel to follow. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. So again, we kind of focus mostly on, like stuff that's not American company or maybe kind of smaller American company stuff. We do a bit of like Four Horsemen and stuff, but mostly it's like, Chinese companies, Japanese companies. That's kind of what our channel focuses on. So appreciate you being here. Oh, nice. Got it delivered yesterday. That's a great figure. That figure more than maybe any other figure grew on me. That Cyborg Superman. When I got it, I was like, yeah, this is a really cool figure. But over time, like something about it, it just kept growing on me, and I love it. It's a great figure. Merry Christmas, everyone. Thank you, Kaiju. Can't wait to see who wins this giveaway. All right. Let me do this. Let me do this. All right, so we're going to do it. Mellow yellow. Ooh, everything's falling around me. Let me share my screen. All this stuff shifting. All right. So if you're here, just comment here. If you're not here, you got a week to respond. All right. Good luck to everyone. Here we go. $4,000 names. Display Classic. Display Classic. Reach out. Let me know. If you're here, type here. If you're in the Instagram or if you're in the YouTube. If you're not here, again, you got a week. Let me know. And we'll proceed accordingly, okay? So congratulations. Again, we'll do more of these for people. Throughout the year, we'll do another giveaway in the spring. We'll definitely do another one of the MAFEX ones probably around the same time next year. We'll probably make this like an annual thing, maybe like a Christmas drawing. But we'll be doing these a lot. So just I appreciate everybody's support. I really do. The channel is growing, and I know that these streams and my content and everything that I do would not be possible without amazing people like interacting and responding and just supporting the channel in general. So I really appreciate it. I really do. I really appreciate it. And that goes also for the Facebook group, people who participate, people who interact. We just gave away 2 Sentinels, the 97 Sentinels. We've given away a lot of things. And I'm considering, like I said, I got 3 of those Jokers, and I don't think anybody has responded in the chat about those Jokers, or at least I haven't gotten to it. So I'm considering maybe doing one of the Jokers as a waffle because I don't know if they're still available. Mine hopefully will be here right after the new year, and I can do a review. And depending on the review, whether it's my only issue, I mean, visually it looks good. It's just what's the articulation going to be like? But that looks like an amazing figure. And from what Mars Toys has communicated to me, they are all in on 1/12th, especially next year. So we'll be seeing a lot more stuff from Mars Toys in the 1/12th realm. They want to go in hard, not kind of lukewarm, not maybe one more figure next year. We're talking like multiple figures, which is great news for us as collectors. We're eating really well these days, guys. It's great. So if people are interested and you guys want to do a waffle for that figure, if it's sold out, let me know, and I can put one of my figures up, and we can see how many people are interested in it. So let's keep going through. What? So yeah, so our next stream is going to be on the 27th. We're going to be doing part 1 of our top 25 of 2025. Top 25 of 2025. We're going to be going over the figures or the collectibles. It's not just figures. It's our top 25 pickups. Maybe there'll be some posters in there. Maybe there'll be some statues in there. Maybe there'll be different things, a diorama, a vehicle. It's not just figures. All right. So I've kind of stressed that over the past month or so. It's not just figures. Majority is going to be figures, but it's not just figures. So we'll be going over that. That part 1 will be the 27th at night. You guys, American Eastern Standard Time. And then part 2, because we can't go over 25 for the amount of people. It's going to be part 1, part 2. Part 2 will be on the 30th Eastern Standard Time. Probably looking at, for the 27th, like a 9 p.m. start Eastern Standard Time. And the 30th, a 7 p.m. start Eastern Standard Time. And we'll be going over stuff. And I will be doing the wheel spin for the channel members to win the Batman, the 89 Bat wing. So, for that. And maybe there'll be something else in there for people, depending on time. So make sure you watch. Now, if I'm doing something in the stream, it means part 1 and part 2, it might be like a trivia thing. I might give away a Gambit, a MAFEX Gambit. I might give a MAFEX Gambit out. So if you're tuned, you have to watch part 1 and you have to watch part 2 to be able to give me the answer. All right. So definitely watch and interact with us. Appreciate it. You can still win something, of course. The winning never ceases. It just keeps going. Should have gotten that MAFEX Superman. The Cyborg one? Is that what we're talking about? It's a great figure. And it just got re-released. Very stealth drop by MAFEX, by Medicom. Very stealth. Like, we knew the Batman came out because it got put on the shelves. And I had told you guys, like, the Batman, they think that's the only one. And it was on the shelves Friday. And then Medicom's like, boom, we're going to release all the other ones too. Okay. Right now. Okay. So that was a very kind of weird stealth drop. They released the Batman, and then the next day they released the other 3. So, they're just trying to get stuff out, as much as possible. So, wait. So we got a comment on Instagram. He only chooses one person of the 4,000. Of course. What, are you crazy? I'm not choosing 4,000 people. Look at 2 people could have entered the contest. 20,000 people could have entered the contest. It's up to that. Like, you know, I'm not doing multiple giveaways. Like I don't make any money from people subscribing to my channel. I don't make any money. So, you know, this is just money out of hand, man. No, dude, it's not 5 or 6. No, man. You know how much money that would cost me? 5 or 6? So again, like we'll do it staggering. You know, spring we'll do one, maybe summer we'll do one, and then autumn, winter we'll do this long MAFEX one. All right. So I'm gonna wrap it up. I do have to do that ramen toy Super Musk review. I got to get to that. I got a lot of things I gotta handle today. So again, Merry Christmas, everyone. I hope everyone has a very wonderful evening. Happy St. Stephen's Day to those who celebrate tomorrow as well. I know that's a big holiday in the UK. So be good, everyone. Be safe. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it. And hope to see everybody on the 27th for part 1 of the top 25. So take care. See you, everyone.